G'day, we're Hayley and Brad.
And this is our Australia trip. This is why Esperance has the best beaches in Australia.
Me. Straighten your wheels. It was a bloody mission to get here, but we finally made it.
Welcome to sunny Esperance. Just trading out the wheels. Just picked up a couple of hire bikes from Down to Earth Adventure Camping in Esperance. 50 bucks for the day. We're going for a beach crawl today, kind of like a pub crawl, but without the beers. Good morning, Patsy.
Hello.
Nice wheels, mate.
Isn't this the best? I'm so excited. The one thing I miss so much about home is my bike, and it looks just like this one, so I'm stoked.
Today is an absolutely cracking day, and we're going to do about a 20-kilometre bike ride today.
We're going to follow the Great Ocean Drive, which is basically just a drive that hits all the magnificent beaches along the town of Esperance.
We're doing it in style today, and this is probably a much better way to do it because you're not driving in the car trying to look out the window and stopping every 5 minutes. You can just cruise along and take in the magnificent views of Esperance.
Not even kidding, we just left the last pump track. And a minute later, we're at another one. What do you mean? Except for this, oh shoot! This one looks more kid friendly, and I wanted to have a go at the last one, and Brad literally said, no, I'm gonna make the executive call. Ooh! He said I'm gonna make a call that you're not allowed to have a go on the last one because it's too dangerous. This, oh shoot! Ooh!
We've made it to our first beach. Now this is West Beach, and like the conditions today, it just doesn't get any better. This is why Esperance has the best beaches in Australia, because on a good day, it can't be beaten. As nice as it would be to stay at that beach all day, believe it or not, there's better ones down the track. Well, let's go and find them, Patsy.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Whoa!
Amazing, eh?
Well, the wind has started to pick up, but this little Blue Haven beach is totally protected. It's like dead glassy out there. So I think it's a perfect spot to have some lunch. Now we usually only save alcohol for the weekend, but you can't do an Esperance beach crawl without a honey seltzer from Lucky Bay Brewing.
Yummy. Lovely. It's so good!
So we've made it to the last beach on this bike ride trail, and that is Twilight Beach. I think this is our favourite beach along this whole road, would you reckon?
Yes, and it's probably all these other people's favourite beach as well. It's probably the most popular beach today that we've been to.
That explains why every other beach has been almost empty, and then this one's just chockers. They've all chosen the best to enjoy this day. But
you can see why though, because it's got like this super sheltered bay, beautiful greenery around the like perimeter of the bay, and then you got this really cool rock that you can swim out to and dive off, provided there's no sharks circling it that day.
They are known to swim through, but that just adds to the thrill of it, I reckon. But the other day when we were here, I saw an ice cream truck. We chose not to get one then, but I'm really keen for one now. So let's go. Can we get an ice cream?
I won't be getting one because it made me sick last time, so you can get one and we'll see how you go.
I'm gonna get an ice cream. All right.
Bit of disappointment on the ice cream front, Patsy.
Rushed out and got one with a flake, and then I dropped the flake in the dirt.
If you're wondering why every time we go in the water today we seem to run in, it's because the water's really cold down here. I don't know if we mentioned that yet, but it's about 18 degrees.
Hitting it back home. It's 3:30 and I reckon it's going to take us about an hour to get home, so somehow we've managed to be out actually all day on this beach crawl. But we are
exhausting, eh?
We are absolutely buggers. We need a good feed to replenish all this energy, so we're going to go to the pub in town and that will wrap up our day.
A brew and a palmy or something like that. We will see you then. Oh, shit.
We just got back to camp after being in town. We actually had to go in and organise a new spare tyre after blowing ours on the Nullarbor, which was a bit of deja vu because this time last year when we came to Esperance, we also had to go to that same tyre power and pick up a new spare tyre after we blew a tyre last year on the Nullarbor. So it's pretty funny to come full circle, but now Brad's just putting that one back on
the back of the van.
Back,
yeah, so we've got a spare again. We can also use these tyres as spare tyres on the van because we've got the same stud pattern. We also fill up water while we're in town, so I'm gonna transfer that over and I'll show you the pump system that I've got because it kicks ass compared to our last one. It's on the other side of the van, so I'll just go and grab it.
While you're doing that, where we are staying at the moment, we got really lucky. We're staying just outside of town at this little olive farm, kind of a friend of a friend, so it's really good for us because we've got all this wide open space. If you've been to Esperance, you'd know that trying to stay in Esperance gets a little bit crazy. The caravan parks are fully booked out, the overflows not lovely, but I mean it's something. But this is just ideal, camping amongst the olives, so good. And with the water being in town only 10 minutes away, we've just been doing water runs in and out, filling up water on the car, coming back.
This is actually the 4th time that I'm transferring water since we've stayed here, because we've had like readily available water. We've just been using it, not even sparingly. Yeah. Anyway, this is my pump kit. So everyone that buys a Zone caravan gets this cool little Seaflow washdown pump kit, and I'll come over here and I'll show you what's actually in it. It's quite sandy here, so it can make a bit of a mess, but I've obviously been using it, so it is a little bit dirty and in use at the moment, but basically all it is this pump here, which is mounted inside this box. This coil hose comes as a part of the kit as well, so when you open it up, basically it just looks like this. Comes with a little hose connection, and all I've done is just put a little connection on the inlet side of the pump. So I'll clip that onto our water tank underneath our car. Make sure that's on there. Also comes with an attachment so you can pull out of creaks, so that just screws onto that inlet side. And then plug, like Zone's so good, they've thought to put a Anderson plug on the other side of the water fill-up manifold here, so you can see it there. I've got my solar blanket plugged in, and I've also got a grey Anderson there, so that's power out, that's power in, the red one. So I just plug that in there. My pump's all electrified now. Then I just put this little coil hose, get rid of these connections, just put this little coil hose onto this end of the pump like that, and then choose which tank I want to fill up. What I can just do is go on my phone and look at the Redarc Red Vision app, so you can see there 1 and 3 are empty, so I'll just put it into one of them. So I'll chuck it in tank 1, clip that sucker on there. That's it. It's as easy as that. Now turn that on, turn the pump on, and in about 5 or 10 minutes I'll have 70 litres of fresh water back into our caravan. Yeah, so that's super simple. It's really, this pump is, like, I've had a sort of a very bare bones setup for our last van, like a transfer water pump situation. It was pretty cumbersome and annoying to use. I didn't realize it at the time, but after seeing this pump in a box sort of concept, it makes it so much easier. But just check out how much pressure this pump can give you. So Patsy, I'll squirt that way. Ready? Like, I'm going to be able to wash the van when I've got excess water. I'm just going to be able to pull water off the car and be able to wash the van, because look how, like, that's really decent pressure. Like,
yeah. Oh, look at all the gunk coming out. Ooh.
That's awesome. I love how much pressure. This thing has probably, I don't know, twice the pressure that our last pump had. And if for anyone wondering, the open flow for this is 17 litres per minute, or 4.5 gallons per minute. I think GPM, gallons per minute. Seems about right. But yeah, I'll fill the van up. I won't waste too much more of it. And we'll be living off grid.
Yeah, and then we can have lunch.
Yes, we can have lunch. Listen, I've got some, I'm actually really excited about lunch today, because I've got some leftover nacho bits that I can make toasties with. So, yeah. Toasties in the air fryer. 8 minutes in the air fryer, and we used 3% of our battery. How good is that?
Whoa.
When the sun's out and we've got the extra blanket out, it's just not even a thing worrying about power running the air fryer. But Patsy, come check these out.
I'm so hungry.
Look at these. Oh, it's just like perfectly golden. This thing, like, look at that. It's gonna be so delicious. How good is this outdoor kitchen? Even for such a mundane meal like toasty sandwiches, I just find an excuse to use it. They're coming. That's it, the horses are bounding over. Look at this face. It's a long weekend and we thought we'd escape the crowds in Esperance for our last day in Esperance today. And we want to head all the way down that beach there, but there's one obstacle that we've got to overcome. Not getting down this, but getting back up it when we want to go home. So we're just going to have a walk down. There's already people down the bottom bob. And this is the entrance and exit to 11 Mile Beach. So let's go on down and have a look, Patsy. Mate, they're already bogged. These guys are not giving me much confidence. They're already bogged. They barely got on the beach. And this is so steep. It wouldn't do it justice in the GoPro, but I don't know. I think we're going to try and play it safe, but also have fun, because I really want to give this a shot. But it looks like on the map, there's a way around the dune on the other side. So we might go for a little wander through there and see if we can get on the beach.
Because we don't want this to be our only option to get on and off, because I don't think we get up here.
It may be a long weekend, but I don't feel like spending 3 days on this beach. And they're off. Destination for today. We've reached a dead end here. There's a track down this side of the beach, but there's just like a sheer drop off where I guess four-wheel drives with 35s and beadlocks have a crack, and yeah, it's just way too chewed out. But there is some 4Bs down the beach down there, just two. So really looking forward to getting down there and getting the paddleboard off, because it's like absolutely glassy down there in that little cove. Looks very magical. Very glad that we made the effort today.
You're like halfway bogged in.
Yeah, if I reverse, I might be able to sort of scooch down there.
It's pretty angled, but you're back heavy, aren't you?
Yeah.
So that should be alright. Just maybe try and go more straight rather than that way.
Yeah, okay. I'll just put it in reverse and see what happens.
Yeah. Oh, don't do that.
Nah.
Straighten your wheels.
Okay.
No, straighten that way.
That way?
Yeah. That's looking better.
I think I just did a tyre.
What do you mean?
I think it might have just rolled off the bead. Is that looking better?
Yeah. Just keep your tyres straight.
Are they straight?
No, more that way. Yeah, you get in there. Yeah. Okay, now you're pretty steep.
Feeling better.
Yeah, that's good.
Holy.
Did you go up that?
Holy shit, I almost lost it. I went up it and then it just like pulled me sideways. Jesus, because look at how sloped it is here.
Yeah.
I'm like, I come through this like boggy hole here and it was fairly angled. I thought, oh, I was trying to get up on the ridge more, but it kept like sliding down. So I'm like, well, if I can just get up this and pop over, I'll be fine. But as soon as I got up this, like you can see how soft it is. Absolute rookies. We've never done any driving like this before, so that was really stupid. But oh mate, it had my heart going.
Now we are trying to get out of this bloody sand dune maze, and we follow these tracks down this way, and then we stop dead in our tracks because this is what we see. I don't know if you can see it on this camera, but hectic. I'm not going down there.
Oh, this track just keeps getting tighter and tighter, fortunately. And we're losing daylight. We need to get back down the beach in a few hours, so we're just trying to press on a little bit. I'm not liking it. Getting a bit of a paint job upgrade, the old bush pinstripe. Bloody defeating today. We've had too many defeats trying to get down to beaches recently. So this is where we are in the bushes. So we've just come down this track. It's maybe 400 meters from the sand dune, and we've got maybe another 600 or 800 to go. And this is the state of the track. It is so tight. We're getting so scratched up, and there's a little spot here that I can turn around in. So I hate to, but I'm going to use it and try and get around in here, because if I have to do that for another 800 meters, this car's going to be trashed by the time we get down to the beach.
Not worth it.
So defeating. So now we can cruise back along the beach, find a nice place to pull up and swim, because we've basically just been driving all day, and try and enjoy the beach for a few hours before the tide comes up and we have to scram. Anyway, this is going to be a 20-point turn in this Land Cruiser. Begin. Time to get off the beach. A little bit nervous about this one. It's very steep and very soft, and there's a few jump ups, but hopefully we can get up there without too much trouble. running like 15 PSI, and I'll throw the lockers on too for just because. Nothing to worry about, mate. That was so much fun, and that little bit of confidence I needed after getting stuck in the sand dune today and almost bloody rolling it. Very scary. So I mentioned in the last episode that our second battery had died and we're getting it replaced. It still hasn't turned up yet. I'm waiting for it to show up, and we really wanted to do a drive like this because, you know, we're only in Esperance for a short amount of time. So what I did was I had some extra cable laying around, and I just sort of rigged up our secondary battery system to our starter battery. So all I need to do now is connect my Anderson plug here to give power to the canopy so I can inflate my tyres today. So that's also another reason why I have been avoiding deflating our tyres, because I didn't have that little system set up. I'll get these all aired up.
Well, today is our last day in Esperance and we are so sad to be leaving. It's literally heartbreaking to be leaving a place that we love so much, but we just had our last swim at Twilight Beach. We dragged the caravan all the way out here so that we could have a little lunch and swim here before we finally take off.
It's a perfect day too. Like, yeah, we're leaving on a blue sky, no wind day, and the ocean is incredible here. But I hope there's a lot more of this to come along the coast. Yeah. And I think there will be. Yeah. But while we're in town, while we went through town, we actually run into the White Sands Gallery. It's actually run by some followers of ours, Sally and Gary. So we popped in there and exchanged a calendar for a print. How cool is this print of theirs, a Frenchman's Peak? And it's actually going to go perfectly. Splice up, add a bit of colour to the van, which we're going to start doing, get some decorations and stuff, but that looks so good right there, so we'll mount that up there. But yeah, if you're into Esperance, definitely check out the White Sands Gallery, because
there were so many nice pictures. It was so hard to choose one, but we really love Frenchman's Peak, so we went with that one.
We love Esperance.
We do. I can't actually think about leaving or I might cry, but anyway, we are going to pack. Well, we're packed up.
We're packed up, we're ready to go.
It's moving day, it's cleaning day, the van's a mess, so we better hit the road so that we can get all that happening, and we'll see you down the road, Paul. Look at you and your dickies.
I'm just trading a pair of cockies. I've got a pair of cockies on, trading them for a blue whale.
I feel like we're going to see a lot of these this year.
I'm not even wearing undies anymore.
I know, that's your new thing.
You can never be too prepared to go swimming. I look like an absolute creep right now, so let's stop doing this.